We'll be facing Michigan State once again, and this time I'd actually be playing since I don't have an injury. Last time we faced against them, I don't think we won. I believe we lost to them and then proceeded to lose against Ohio State, I believe. Because I was injured during that time, so I've never really seen how Michigan State plays. But we'd be facing a pretty good team in them, that's for sure. At least that's what I believe I heard. I try to give it to Hardaway, but it ends up being a turnover, and it's not a good start to the game. Off the screen, Sampson gets open for the three. I get the screen from Shepard, and I just give another screen, and my pass gets stolen. I try to block Sampson on the other end, but it's 5-0 Michigan State. This time I'm able to get my pass to Shepard successfully, and he get the 2 points to go. Panko ends up going into the post on Young. He has a big mohawk, and that's kind of what I recognize him for, as Hardaway gets the slam inside. Once again, they give it to Panko in the post, kind of. And he tries once again. It is missed, but Evans gets the rebound and gets the and one on Wallace. I try to go in the post, but I decide it's not really working, so I made an attempt to pass it inside, and it's stolen. Panko slams it down on the other end. I called for the screen from Hardaway and thought I can give it to Young, but Panko's able to get back. Evans gives it to Dakari Johnson in the post. He fades away for the shot, but it misses, so I get the rebound, give it to Wallace on the other end. He hits the shot, and it was a 2-point mid-range shot as his foot was just on the line. Once again, they immediately give it to Panko, who takes the shot over Young and this time hits it. I call for the screen and try and give it to Hardaway. I find Shepard, who gets once again layup inside. Dakari Johnson gets open as Hardaway got a little stuck up. I find Shepard, who takes the shot over Osby. Osby gets the rebound and gives it to Panko. who finds Sampson, but Hardaway has a pretty good contest on it. And I give it to Shepard, who gets good position on his shot, but it wouldn't fall. Panko gets the screen from Osby, and it's a pretty big mismatch, but Hardaway's able to get back to contest. Johnson gets the rebound off the missed dunk. Evans gives it to Panko, and this has kind of been a mess of a possession. Sampson drives inside and misses once again, getting his own rebound and kicking it back out to Panko. Johnson goes into the post, and finally a basket off that possession. Walls finds Hardaway inside for another shot that would fall. Osby would give it to Sampson, and that's who I was guarding. I'm able to get the rebound off his miss, and I give it to Shepard, who hits the mid-range shot. I actually realized that he's actually a decent mid-range shooter. I'd always thought that he's a terrible mid-range shooter. Although Hardaway is, Shepard is actually decent. I give it to Wallace on the other end, who misses the mid-range shot, and Osby once again gets the rebound, giving it to Panko up the court. Panko could have popped it the three, but he decides not to and just slows down the pace. He's able to drive by and draw the foul on Shepard. He's got a pretty fast shot on the free throw line. I believe his shot also is pretty fast. I'd be subbed out for the rest of the first quarter. And once again brought back in 1 minute into the second. Our guards would be our bench guards, and Shepard and me are the only ones from the starting lineup. I'm able to go right around Osby, as I guess that's who is guarding me. Evans would bring up the ball, and he's guarded by Chioza, our bench point guard. They lob it up to Felix, I believe, who finishes the lob. I give it to Shepard, hoping that he could work on whoever's guarding him. I go right around my defender and draw the foul on Osby. I have 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, and nobody has missed a free throw so far in this game. Sampson gets the screen from, I really don't notice who it was, but Walls ends up reaching in, and it's a foul. Osby inbounds it to Sampson, who is guarded by Wallace. Evans gets the screen from their center, I believe. But Evans decides to take the shot instead. Shepard is there for the rebound, and now Hardaway's in the game. I immediately give it to him, but it's pretty well guarded by Dakari Johnson. I believe I'm guarding Chip Osby, who's a power forward. Shepard tries to reach in once again, and that's a foul. Now we pretty much have our starting lineup out, as it's just a little bit of different matchups. As I'm guarding Osby, a power forward, and their group is a different group than their starting lineup. Hardaway is able to grab the rebound, and I give it to Wallace. I get the screen from Hardaway, but my pass is stolen once again, as my passes haven't been too good lately. I don't believe Chip Osby can shoot the three, so I just try to sit around in the paint and make sure nobody gets a shot inside his. I try to grab the ball, but it's called out on me. Osby will inbound the ball, and he finds Sampson, who cut in and brings it down to a 2-point game. I find Hardaway, who, even with 2-3 guys around him, he still gets the shot to go. Sampson gets the screen from Dakari Johnson and gives it out to Chip Osby, who I'm defending, but I try and help with Dakari Johnson after he had gotten the rebound. He still was able to get the shot to go. My pass was stolen once again. I try to reach in to steal the ball, and it's called a foul. Shepard almost gets the steal, but Gentry is able to tie the game up. I give it to Hardaway, who finds Shepard faking it multiple times. He did get blocked, but he's able to recover and get the second chance shot to go. He has 8 points on the game. Evans got the screen from Johnson, and they tie the game up once again. Shepard sets the screen for Young, and they do a pretty good job of staying with whoever they're supposed to be guarding. I try to get the block, but instead it's just a missed shot from Evans. I pop the three, but it misses. Shepard somehow gets the rebound over 2 guys and gets the assist to Hardaway. Evans bring up the ball for Michigan State and give it to Gentry in the post. They give it to Sampson, who finds Gentry, but Shepard gets the block. Gentry recovers once again and keeps this game tied. Once again, my pass is stolen, and Sampson has it on the other end, being guarded by Young. Young tries to reach in, and it's called a reach-in foul. I get subbed out for the rest of the half, and we'd be down 54-49. I haven't had that good of a game, as I've turned over the ball quite a bit. For Michigan State, Dakari Johnson has 10 points, 5 rebounds, and Shepard has 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Hopefully we can take the lead back, but it's not too far, as it's only a 5-point game. Evans would bring up the ball, and Panko has 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Gives it to Johnson, who misses the shot. I find Hardaway for the easy slam. They give it to Panko, who goes in the post on Joseph Young. Osby has the ball and works on Shepard, but can't get anything going. With the shot clock winding down, they give it to Sampson, who is forced to take a mid-range shot that he ends up missing. Young gets the ball, and I drive in on the other end, drawing the foul on Sampson. For some reason, there's on people's screens, like, there was some problems and technical difficulties that I could hear from different cameramen and TV producers were talking about, saying how there was a little pop-up in the bottom left that was causing some trouble seeing stuff, but they said they couldn't do anything about it. At least that's what I overheard. Shepard takes the shot over Osby, and he misses it, as it wasn't the best shot. They find Panko, but he misses it. I try to give it to Shepard on the other end, but it's stolen once again. Simpson's forced to give it out to Evans, who gets the screen from Dakari Johnson. Sampson tries to get something on me, but he's unable to. I get the rebound, and I give it to Young instead of Wallace. Young's able to hit the mid-range shot to give us a 1-point lead. Evans gives it to Panko once again in the post. Sampson gives it to Osby, and he gives it to Sampson, who I'm able to contest his shot. I get the rebound, and I'm bringing the ball up on the other end. I give it to Hardaway, who fakes the shot once and puts it in for 2 more points to make it a 3-point lead. Evans drives in and draws the foul on Hardaway. He's able to hit both free throws, and it's a 1-point game. I try to go in the post, but I missed the shot, and Sampson gets the rebound. I give him some trouble with getting up the court, and Gentry sets the screen for Sampson. He lobs it up, and Gentry slammed it down to give them the lead. I give it to Shepard, who finds Young in the paint. Evans would bring it up once again, and that's pretty much who brings it up. They try and give it to Gentry, but it's stolen, but I don't know who was credited for the steal. I find Shepard inside, who draws the and one on Osby. Hardaway and Shepard are both fired up. Sampson would bring up the ball, and he tries to get something on me, but it's not really working too well. Gentry misses the shot, and that gets me my 7th rebound. I give it to Hardaway, who I believe, took a 3-point shot there. And Panko tries to pull down the rebound, but he's unable to, losing it. The next few games are against Maryland, Minnesota, and Indiana, at least scrimmages wise. I don't know if they're scrimmages or games. I call for the screen from Shepard and try and give it to him. Once again, stolen. I tried to block Osby's shot, but I'm just a little bit too far away. I try to go around Samson, but once again my pass is stolen, as my passes have not been too good. Evans misses the shot, but Osby gets the rebound and draws the foul on Wallace, getting the and one. I'm subbed out for 3 minutes, and we still have the lead. I can contest Samson's shot once again and drive by. I give it to Poen, who's in the corner. We have a pretty small lineup out, as I'm power forward, I believe. Gibson gets blocked as he's not too tall or too strong. Shepard gets called for a foul, and they're in the bonus. That's his 5th of the game. As Gibson is at small forward, Poland's at shooting guard, Chios is at point guard. That's not a big lineup. That's pretty small. I give it to Shepard, who gets the rebound, but his second chance shot is blocked. I try to help with Evans' shot, but they end up taking the lead. I take the shot in the paint, and now I have 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Chiusa tries to get the steal on Dakari Johnson, but it's unsuccessful. I'm able to contest his shot, and I bring it up on the other end, giving it to Poland, who drives in for the layup. Now that gives me 9 rebounds and 9 assists with 8 points. They give it to Dakari Johnson in the post, who is forced to take a terrible shot to end the quarter. He ends up airballing it, and it's a 2-point game. It's been a pretty good game so far, and we have a 2-point lead at least, so it's a good thing that we have it. I find Shepard, but he gets blocked. It's still our ball, as it's out on Dakari Johnson. I end up airballing the mid-range shot from the corner. Osby is guarded by Gibson, who's a guard compared to a Panko has the whole paint to himself and ties up the game. I try to give it to Shepard, but it's tipped by Dakari Johnson. Shepard gets the rebound once again, but it's another miss. Ball ends up getting stripped from Samson, and I draw the foul on the other end. So far, I'm perfect from the free throw line, and it'd stay that way. They give it to Dakari Johnson once again. And then they end up passing the ball around a little bit, giving it to Panko in the post, who spins around Poland to get the game tied once again. He has 14 points on the game. I end up drawing the foul on Samson, and that's his second foul of the game. They find Shepard inside, who's wide open. Panko's able to drive in and get the layup to go. I call for the screen and give it to Shepard off the pick and roll. He misses the first shot and gets his rebound to put it back in. Hardaway walks up to the scorer's table getting ready to be subbed in. I'm able to block Panko's shot, and Poland's able to draw a jump ball. Panko's able to win the tip ball, and Osby immediately sets a screen for Evans, who had recovered the ball. They're able to tie up the game, and it still is a good defensive possession, as we did reject them of one shot, but they were able to get it back. They end up getting called for the defensive 3-second violation, and I'd take the free throw as I've been shooting perfect at the line. I do end up hitting the free throw, and I call for the screen from Hardaway. The pass is stolen by Sampson, and I make sure Osby can't get the pass, but they end up giving it to Panko instead. Once again, my pass is stolen, and on the other end, Sampson gets the and one on Poland. Now they have a 3-point lead, and I find Shepard, who hits the shot on the other end as it spins around the rim a little bit. Once again, Panko's in the post, and they give it right to him. Now he's guarded by Gibson, and he goes right by him with the hook shot. Now Michigan State has a 3-point lead, and it's almost like he's flopping around like a fish in his celebration, but I don't know, could be something else. Young ends up coming in for Poland, and I find Shepard inside, but Hardaway's there for the rebound. He gets rejected by, I couldn't really tell because there were 3-4 guys and all around. I tried to get the steal, but it's another foul. It's only my second though. They immediately give it to Osby in the post. Osby ends up getting called for the offensive 3-second violation. I I get the screen from Shepard and he misses the mid-range shot. Samson slams it down on the other end. I find Shepard who cuts inside and slams it down, hopefully giving us momentum. Osby gets the ball and gives it to Dakari Johnson. He gives it to Panko in the post, who I double team to help. Shepard gets the rebound and I find Shepard, who's been doing pretty well recently and towards this little stretch, and he's able to draw the and one. He's able to convert it, tying the game. Evans gets the screen from Dakari Johnson. Osby tries to set a screen on me, but I'm able to avoid it. I'm able to guard Samson pretty well off the screen, and he airballs the shot. Johnson tries to put up the shot, but it's called a shot clock violation. I give it to Shepard, who drives in and draws the foul on Johnson. For us, our next game is against Iowa, who we've never faced this whole season. Shepard did miss the first one, and he was able to get the second to go, so we have a 1-point lead with 4 minutes left. To give it to Dakari Johnson, who posts up on Hardaway and ends up missing the shot. I get a triple-double as I'm able to get my 10th rebound of the game. I find Poland on the other end, and he hits the mid-range shot to extend the lead. Poland's able to get the steal, and I find him on the other end. Michigan State calls a timeout as now we've pulled out to a 5-point lead. Now Poland was fired up, and he should be, as he's been on a roll recently towards this end of this game. I have a triple-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. And probably it would be a quadruple-double if you counted turnovers. I'm able to contest Samson's shot, and he misses. I drive in and take the shot over Samson, but it's pretty well contested, and I missed. Panko has the ball and drives right by Young, but he misses the floater. I draw the foul on Samson, and now we're in the bonus. I'm able to hit the first one, and I hit the second, so I'm still perfect at the line for this game. Hardaway gets the block on Johnson, and he immediately gives it back to Evans, who finds him in the post, drawing the foul on Hardaway. Luckily, Hardaway only has 2 fouls, so it's not too bad. Now, if it was Shepard who had fouled him, then it would be bad because he would be fouled out for the game. I set the screen for Wallace, who gives it to Hardaway. I find him inside, and he helps extend the lead to 6. They immediately give it to Johnson, who's in the post, but he's pretty well guarded by Hardaway. I drive in and once again draw a foul. I hit both free throws once again. Now I have 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists. I try to help with Johnson, but it ends up being a foul, but it's fine since it's only my 3rd. I get the rebound and drive in on the other end. I end up missing the shot, and they bring it up on the other end, trying to find something. They give it to Johnson, who misses the shot on Hardaway. Panko ends up getting called for a reach-in foul and sends me to the line once again. I finally missed my first free throw, and now they're in the bonus as I tried to reach in. He missed the first one, and he still was able to hit the second. Able to drive in and get the easy layup. They immediately give it to Johnson, who proceeds to miss the shot. I drive right by Samson and hit the layup. Now this game is pretty much over as we've started to pull ahead thanks to my run and some good defense from Hardaway, who's been guarding Johnson. Johnson still has 18 points though. I find Hardaway, who is able to find Shepard. He misses the shot and gives it back to... I give it to Shepard, and it's just a bunch of passing around almost. Shepard's forced to take the shot and misses. I had good position, but I'm unable to get the rebound. Evans fades away for the mid-range shot. This game's pretty much over though. Walt brings up the ball, and basically we're going to try and waste as much time as we can. Young is able to get the 3-point shot off, but it misses. This game is pretty much over, but they give it to Samson for one last try. He ends up missing, and we win the game. Shepard had a pretty good game as he had 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. I had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 15 assists. Poen had a decent game with... She had a really good game with 15 points, 4 steals, considering he's coming off the bench. Hardaway had 14 points and 8 rebounds, and Watanbe had 11. So it was a pretty good game for us. For Michigan State, Panko had 20 points. Dakari Johnson had 18 and 9. Samson had 12. Evans with 11. Good all-around scoring from everyone. Our next game would be against Iowa.